Second Ezra.
All right. This is Second Ezra, chapter 14. You said verse
16.
16?
Chapter 16, verse 14.
Oh, this is Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 14. Yeah, more on that. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out until it consume the foundation of the earth."
Come on, man. So these plagues, man, they're not going to end till they do what they're supposed to do, man. Like the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said, man, his words should not come back void, man. So everything that he said is going to happen is going to happen. And it's not going to stop until it happens. All right?
It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer return not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
Come on, man. So once these plagues kick in, man, you won't be able to stop them, man. They won't stop. There ain't no turning back, man. All right? You going to be in it to win it then. Ain't no turning back. All right? So once they get to going, they ain't stopping, man.
But they was just recently saying that somewhere in Florida on the news they was talking about bacteria that's in the beaches that's eat your flesh, man. All right? That's a part of a plague, man. All right, so when Yahweh Shem Yahushua turn up these plagues, man, it's going to be nothing but chaos, man. All right? There's not going to be diseases going on, all right, famine, all right, pests, everything, man. So when the Lord send his sword, his wrath upon this place, this sinful kingdom, all right, what you going to do? The same plagues that was sent upon Egypt, man. All right, which is, according to the scriptures, America is spiritually Egypt. Because God, the children of Israel, came over here, all right, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusing the faces, which are the Israelites. All right, we came over here in our bondage, man. And the meaning of the word Egypt means house of bondage. All right, we still in bondage to this day, man. All right?
All right, and just like the brother said, talking about the pestilences, man. I was watching the news the other day down in St. Augustine. They either at least released 5,000 or 50,000 mosquitoes or something like that out into the public to fight against the other mosquitoes. We all know that's BS, but you know what I'm saying? That's part of it right there, man. They say they released the mosquitoes to counteract the regular mosquitoes so they can get rid of the viruses, all the bacteria and whatever mosquitoes carrying around.
What's another plague? The police getting called on y'all jakes every 5 minutes. Every day or so you see another news clipping about somebody calling the police on Jake for swimming, for barbecuing, for anything like that. Why didn't y'all notice that this does not happen to any other nation of people? Y'all don't notice that could turn out so deadly that just by a simple somebody calling the police, oh, they around here swimming. Do you know how jakes get shot for nothing these days? And y'all idiots can't see that. Y'all still strive to be caught up in this society. It's not for you.
All right, verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days.
Come on, man. Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days, man. That's why we out here warning the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who can deliver you in those days, man. Which is the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And if you're not calling on him, man, you're going to be destroyed in those days, man. Because he's going to be the succor in that time, man. He's the succor in this time, man. That Proverbs 18:10, man. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. All right? Because that's who we're going to call upon in that time of trouble, man. All right? And that's who's going to deliver us.
So, in y'all minds, everybody in this world think that the name of the Lord is still Zeus, which is Jesus. All right? But his name was only revealed to his elect, man. Which is his name is Yahushua. Even though his name is being revealed openly to our people, they're not going to receive it. All right? They despise it. They don't want to hear it because they want to go off what they was passed down, tradition passed down from their family by being spiritually blind.
Come on, man. It's nothing different. When Yahushua was walking the earth back then, man, all right, teaching that he was sent by the Father, they still wasn't believing him, and he was sitting there in front of his face, man.
And doing all the miracles and signs, man. All right, they say he was doing it in his, they call him a devil. All right? It says, verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, and the beginning of famine and great death.
Come on, man, this is the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, man. All right, just like we was talking about earlier, man. China and America going back with these different tariffs, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to cause hyperinflation, man. Build up, all right? Economy collapse, like.
Because even with an Ephraim chick at my job, I asked her where are some of the prices over there in Puerto Rico, and she said for a gallon of milk it costs $6, man. All right, and they only get paid minimum wage $7 over there, man. All right, how can you survive over there? Because over here, you cannot survive over here in Jacksonville with $7. All right, and the milk price is not even $6 yet, man. It's $3.60. All right, so when these inflation start hyping up more, you're gonna see that what it is, people. I get it. Where that people not gonna regard their neighbor, man. All right, going in people's houses to try to eat.
It's just real quick, and they gonna really know this is not their rest then. You know what I'm saying?
They say that people shall be willing, and they have that power.
You know? Because you got Jake out here working 9 to 5, man. You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5.
Hey,
and some of them do have nice houses, but when do they ever get to enjoy their house? When do they ever get to rest in this kingdom? You forever moving. You forever working. Esau have you off your ass all day, man. You don't get no rest in this kingdom, man. You working towards just like the Canuck named earlier, man. You that mouse, that loud rat, running on that wheel, chasing that cheese. That's all you is in this society, man. That's what they see you as.
Hey, man, Jake like that bird right there trying to balance himself on one leg, standing on one leg. That's what Jake is like now, man. Standing on one leg, don't even know it, but still trying to fit in with the other bird. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how our people are to this day, man. Standing on one leg, trying to balance in this society. Instead of laying down to the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and resting. This is the rest where he calls it weird to rest. Appreciate that, bird.
The company.
It says, it says, great death and beginning of wars. I'm starting from the top. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils.
The beginning of wars, the beginning of famine, man, all this, man. All right, as you can see right now, man, it's economical warfare right now, man. All right, they trying to crash each other's economy, man. All right. So with that being said, man, all right, after that, it's going to escalate up to that next point. All right.
Yep.
Because these scriptures are written, these scriptures are full of prophecies that still coming to pass, man. All right, just how it came to pass that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the confusion of faces was going to discontinue from their inheritance, that they was called and was known as the children of Israel. All right.
Yeah, but you know the economy and the dollar are two different things. Just for any listeners, you know they're gonna collapse both. They collapse their dollar, they're free from the dollar, and tariffs and shit and sanctions. But they collapse the economy, they don't have a competitor anymore. America.
We mainly get all our stuff from China.
Yep. And that barter system back and forth is called the economy. Yep.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood.
So every battle is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, man. All right. So throughout history, man, you had hand-to-hand combat. All right. Sword to sword, axe to axe, what have you, man. All right, keep going. But keep going.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
This one's gonna be with burning and fuel of fire, man. That fuel of fire is gonna be the hand of those ICBMs, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right, nuclear warfare. All right, as you can see, all these other countries are building up their arsenals and everything, man, getting their military strong, man. All right, it's a time of war, man. Our people don't understand this. They walk around here in this murk spirit, thinking everything's sweet. But when that day the missiles come flying over here, man, they gonna wish they would have took heed to the Lord, the words of the Lord, man.
All right, bring it up.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. And that's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua speaking, man. He letting you know that what he speaks out of the mouth of the prophet is going to come to pass. That's how you know that there was a prophet among you. If the words that they speak coming directly out of the scriptures and they come to pass, that's how you know that was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua speaking through that man. You know what I'm saying? And his words are not going to come back void. So all these plagues and pestilence You know, the nuclear missile and the destruction is going to come to pass, man. It don't matter how anybody feel about it. It don't matter how we feel about it. It's according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's will and how he set it up to be, man.
I got proof, sir. Alright. This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore. But the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
So that means everything that he speaks is going to come to pass, man. And the words that he speaks is not going to be prolonged. They're going to happen expediently, man. They're coming to pass. Somebody get Habakkuk chapter 2. For me real quick. Babakashah quick as you can.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, it's going to happen, man.
This is Habakkuk.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end is to speak and not lie.
So the vision is yet for an appointed time. And you don't see it. You probably can't see it now, but the man of the Lord that's out there pushing, we see it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably lollygagging up the streets thinking this is your rest. But it's not, man. This whole system was designed against the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American.
Right.
That's how you know that we the children of Israel. You know? Because what we going through as a nation.
I won't. I'm real woke.
That's what's up now.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? You know how people is.
Yeah, it's
they
all
want to
good.
feel like they partisan when they see us out here standing in great boldness in front of our oppressors, man. Speaking this word in great boldness.
Yep.
Let me get
Wait,
that.
hold. You had a point, right?
So that was it.
You done with your point?
Mm-hmm.
Scripture and everything?
You got the scripture?
God, I'm finna get it.
Go on.
They should rejoice in him.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go.
Keep going. You keep speaking out.
All right, this is on the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he changed not. If he said he's not dealing with these other nations, he's not dealing with these other nations. He don't care how much you try to twist the New Testament. He's not dealing with them. In the Old New Testament, he said he's only for the children of Israel. In the confusion of faces, those are the Gentiles. The ones that's in a spiritual Gentile state of mind. The ones that's calling themselves African Americans. You know, the ones that calling themselves Puerto Ricans. The ones that calling themselves black. Those are the ones that's the spiritual Gentiles that he's speaking of. Y'all are the ones that need to come back. Y'all the ones that need to be saved.
And how many times have you been in trouble with your parents or your mom or your dad or whatever and said, but hey, Jimmy gets to go down the street and do what Jimmy does, but then your parents say, I'm not Jimmy's father. I'm not Jimmy's mother. I only worry about what you need to be doing. So if the Most High has been trying to correct his people since the Old Testament, why would the New Testament change anything? Because he hasn't fulfilled the promise that he promised to his children in the Old Testament. And you read the last scripture of the New Testament in Revelation, the last two chapters, 21 and 22, it clarifies that. The Yahushua being in the beginning and the end. So everything that's going to be revealed in the end always comes back to the beginning. All right, so where did the beginning start? In the Old Testament.
13:10.
I got the scripture.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do your thing. You can get that one back.
This is Ezekiel. I'm going to start at verse, Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that come forth from the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And they come unto thee as the people come, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they do them not. It says, but they will not do them, for with thy mouth they show much love, but their heart go after their covetousness. Covetousness.
It's like who got it? Break it down. Somebody.
All right, so with that being said, like a prime example, all right, we out here teaching the word. Our people come up and act like they with it, all right, but their heart is far from it, all right, because the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the children of Israel, all right. The one that you even call Jesus his real name is Yahushua. Alright? The one that you can call Jehovah. The Father's true name is Yahweh. Alright, and right now, real soon, alright, the Lord wake up his man to come out to teach his word, to warn our people of what the destruction that's gonna come. Alright, but most of our people, they think it's a game, man. Alright, but this is real serious. You see what's going on around the country. This system is not built up for us. Alright, and we fit the prophecies to let us know that we are the children of Israel. Alright, so the Lord, so with that being said, when, prime example, our people come up, act like they with it, but their mind is far from the Lord. Somebody get Matthew chapter 15, verse 8.
Hey, get that scripture.
This is Matthew chapter 13, starting in verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parable?
Alright, because most of our people don't understand these scriptures. Alright, a parable is a dark saying. Keep going.
Verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Alright, so with that being said, the men of the Lord revealed his secrets unto his prophets to come out here to the highways and byways. Alright, the Lord only deal with few numbers. Alright, so the Lord said, when two or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of them. So his men, alright, he gave his, he revealed his secrets unto to let us know to go out to warn our people of the things that's going to come. Alright, but he only knows that a remnant, 144,000 men, alright, is going to raise up and teach this word that's going to turn back to him. Alright, because all our people is not going to be saved. Only a remnant. Alright, keep going on that.
But to them it was not given.
Alright, not given. Somebody get Isaiah chapter
let him go all the way to 16.
Keep going,
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12. For whosoever has, to him shall be given.
God, so whoever shall have, to him shall be given, man. Alright, keep going.
And he shall have more abundant. But whosoever has not, from him shall be taken away, even that he has.
God, keep going.
Verse 13. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they seeing and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand.
So they hear these words. They hear that they're the children of Israel. They hear that World War III supposed to jump off. Jacob's trouble, famine, pestilence. All right, martial law troops coming and kicking in your doors. All right, the force that RFID chip in your hand, which is the mark of the beast. They hear it, but they cannot perceive it. But only the elect, all right, receive the men that he raised up. Because while we see these things are coming to pass.
I got a scripture.
Bring it up.
This is Revelation 11 and 14.
God.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
All right, the third world, which is World War III. And we see what's going on with China, North Korea, Russia. They're all threatening to nuke America, man. All right, with nuclear missiles, which is, that's going to be the lake of fire. All right, because it's supposed to be all these other nations, the EU, all right, NATO, they all getting mad at America because what they are doing. All right, but according to prophecy, somebody get Revelation chapter 17, verse 17, they're going to turn on America and shoot nuclear missiles on America and make the lake of fire. Yep. All right, that's why all these other foreign countries are threatening America with nuclear missiles. All right, keep going.
That's right, brother. Hey, let him finish that to the 16 at least.
14, this is verse 14 of Matthew chapter 13. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah.
Yep.
By hearing ye shall hear and not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive.
So to this day, that's on our people, man. All right, the Lord gave them the spirit of slumber. All right, so when they read these scriptures and they see the men out here teaching, they cannot perceive it. Because why? The Lord want to keep them asleep, man.
But guess what? With this brother here, go ahead.
Verse 15. For the people's heart is waxed gross.
Watch this next part. Go ahead.
And their ears are dull of hearing.
Yep,
and their eyes they have closed.
That's all these people that you probably got in your family members, friends that don't care. Go ahead.
Lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted and I should heal them.
So if they converted and hear, all right, because the Lord said, my sheep should hear my voice. All right, what brought your attention is this word. All right, the Lord got you here to hear his voice, man.
Yep.
Right, through his men that he set up to teach you. All right, so if they convert and repent, all right, the Lord said he will heal them with his word.
That's right, a little bit more.
Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, right, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
All right, blessed are your eyes because you see and you hear, man. All right, and not many of our people is trying not to hearken and see because why? He gave them the spirit of slumber. But for you, he gave you the eyes and the ears to see, to hearken.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, man, bring it up.
This is Revelations 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth,
all right,
and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
All right, blessed he that read them. All right, blessed is he that read them. All right, reading these scriptures. All right, and those that hear the words of these prophecies. Right now you hearing it. All right, you hearkening. All right, so the Lord said you are blessed because while you hearkening and hopefully you read it. All right, so the Lord said you ought to be considered blessed, man, because you're taking heed. Because the Lord said He come in the volume of the book. All right, the Lord don't dwell in temples made with hands, like these Christian churches, man. All right, all they doing is robbing our people with their money. But in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, the prophets came out to the streets and prophesied the word openly. All right.
Right. Well, one more. You gotta finish these scriptures.
And keep those things which are written therein.
All right, keep those things which are written therein. All right, the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of our ability. All right, growing our beard out, not shaving. All right, not getting tapers, none of that. All right, not eating lobster, crab, shrimp, or pork, according to Leviticus. All right, there's a lot of laws that we're supposed to keep, but having faith. Keep going, brother.
For the time is at hand.
All right, the time is at hand. All right, judgment is coming. All right, keep going, brother.
No, that was it.
All right, because Jacob's trouble is going to come. Bring it up.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy,
right.
So are they stumbling block unto the wicked.
All right, so the plain, these words are plain unto the holy. All right, the ones that hearken, all right, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of our ability. All right, that's having faith and seeking them. But to the wicked, 2/3 of our people, all right, what's that last one? They stumbling blocks. They cannot get it. All right, somebody get Romans 11, verse 7.
Yep.
All right, because why? These words are stumbling blocks.
That's right, brother.
These words are stumbling blocks unto our people that won't hearken. All right, bring it up.
This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for.
All right, Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the confusion of faces, they are the children of Israel, and they fit the prophecies of these Bibles. All right, keep going.
But the election have obtained it.
But the election have attained it, meaning that the elect, all right, the 144,000 men that's going to attain this word. Them are the ones that's going to save the remnant. All right, keep going.
And the rest were blinded.
All right, and the rest were blinded. All right, so 2/3 of our people are blinded, man. All right, because the Lord gave them the spirit of
question, man. That's interesting. It'd be a good topic.
According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day.
God, so ears that they cannot hear to this day. So the Lord gave them the spirit of slumber and the stumbling block unto 2/3 of our people.
Hey, he got a question, man.
What about Filipinos? They were enslaved just like we were. They were enslaved by Spain, Portugal, and like they won their independence, kind of like what Haiti did and Jamaica did.
Four corners of the earth.
But the Philippines were enslaved for like about 300 years, 400 years.
Yeah, by King Philip in 1555.
Something like that. Yeah, like
that's when it happened.
Would they be a part of that charter?
What you have?
Yeah, we usually have a chart out here, but we left them home. But yeah,
what you have is what we call confusion of faces, right? You're gonna have Israelites that are from Israel, but like look at their like you have a lot of Cambodians and Filipinos, all right, because of the wars like the Vietnam War, and then when America got established with the naval bases over there in the Philippines, a lot of Jakes were going to Israelite men were going over there mating with the women.
Right.
So
if you see the vibe of a Filipino and the vibe of a Chinese man, you can see the difference.
Even the white man.
Like most Filipinos where I'm from, they consider themselves black.
That's right, man. That's right. I'm from Philadelphia.
We actually have a brother in the Philippines that teaches our doctrine.
We grew up, we grew up in the same hood together with them. And even Esau, the so-called white man, you can't tell who's who.
Yes, sir.
The Lord set it up to where we're back in the times of Adam again. The times of Adam, you couldn't tell who was who by color. Everybody looked the same.
That is true.
So you couldn't go around and say, I'm going to kill that person, that's not my people. You had to judge them with what? According to wisdom.
Yes,
he said, don't deal with those trees over there, talking about the people.
Right.
Don't take their fruit of their wisdom. Now, he said, in these days, we got to do the same thing. We don't know who's who. We can't go kill a white man and say, I killed the cracker. That could be a brother. He can easily look like a white man.
DNA they got out there now, a lot of white people.
That's right, brother.
Come back with some African blood.
Or Israelite blood, because they don't know who's who. Africans aren't our people either, but we're mingled amongst them.
Yeah.
You see that? 70 AD, we ran to the western coast of Africa from persecution from the Romans.
Yeah, the Bantu migration.
That's right, from Titus, General Vespasian, in 70 AD.
So how about Cambodians then?
Cambodians, same thing. Hey, you got that scattered around the four corners of the earth?
I got one.
This is wild right here.
This is second.